Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to do a quick energy reading today. I'm not going to do a very long one because my energy is not really in the place to do a long one. I've been just remarkably on edge today, so I need to go outside and walk and move around with my dog. That's the plan. Gonna go for a walk, but I'm interested in just getting a couple cards for where we're at in the event that other people are feeling on edge and see what the deal is. So I'm gonna do 3 animal spirits just off the top for advice, and then I'm gonna do current energy, energy to embrace, and energy to release from the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. And then we will do hidden energy and advice from the same deck. So keep that lit today if I can. Yeah, okay, so I don't know if this agitation, I have a lot of reasons why I know that it could be individual just for me and what I have going on with my situations today, but it's making me feel like the energy that I felt on the actual full moon on the 25th, where I woke up and I was talking about relationships and stuff like that. For me, it wasn't like the energy of that day. It wasn't, I'm not, dating anybody at this point in my life. So it wasn't that type of message. It was like I, for some reason, woke up that day and I was compelled to resolve like outstanding things from like the past 3 years. I was like, today's the day that I'm going to give these 6 people a piece of my mind, because I never did it before. And then I was like, no, this is not the right thing to do. I'm being crazy and it's just the full moon. But I'm feeling that energy again today. Had some complications with just like random stuff going on. And I really value my stasis. So anyway, gonna be going outside to do my grounding, but let's just get into these animal spirits for advice. And my Palo Santo resin seems to be like much more airborne than usual. So if you see those little black things floating, it's from the Palo Santo. Claim Your Independence, cat spirit, that's a number 4 with 13. We have ant spirit, time to collaborate, that's a number 1. And then chameleon spirit, 14, which reduces down to 5, act as if. So we've seen 2 of these somewhat recently, 13, 14, and number 1. Okay. Now, I'm also this reading, it's really going to be a quick one. Not really in the space to transmit messages either, but just know that I will be coming on to do a pretty long reading, like, soon, to get all those messages out of the way as well. Because I've got them. I've got them. I'm just not in the space to get talking about them right now. So it's kind of interesting. I had a lot of time off from work, or like 4 days really, but I kind of spent them all in bed. And I need rest. I feel a personal uptick coming for me. I mean, it's somewhat collective, but personal. And when that's the case, I do want to rest so that I feel well rested to do that. And I didn't have a hard time sleeping basically through the past 2 days. I've been asleep for like 2 days and I was genuinely tired. It's not like I was avoiding things. I was just sleeping. And sometimes I can get agitated though if I've had restful days where I'm like, okay, now I need to like move. Current energy, patience, and planning. So 7 of Pentacles energy. Energy to embrace. 7 again. Crown chakra. Energy to release. This is interesting. It's the Strength card. Power. What's the hidden energy? Conflict and defeat. Okay. Hidden. And the biggest advice. Rest and rejuvenate. All right, this is interesting. This is interesting. So we had 13 to 14 with cat spirit and chameleon spirit. And then we have 4 to 5, which is their sum, right? 13 reduces down to 4. 14 reduces down to 5. So there's some sequential stuff picking up here, as well as like the 2 7s and the 8. These are both swords cards, 4 of swords and conflict and defeat. And the advice is the current energy that we got in the most recent reading that I did with being in that state of like healing and meditation. If hidden energy is conflict and defeat, what I feel is what I always tell myself when I get like kind of overwhelmed or I'm going through stuff is like, this is also, it's the feelings or functions stuff. This is also, even though it's uncomfortable, doing something for you, right? Again, with butterflies, it's like you have to completely disintegrate in order to emerge whole. So sometimes you do need to kind of just pack it in on certain things that are over or done. It can feel like defeat. Like I'm seeing somebody who's been running a business or something and it didn't really take off, and so they dissolve the business, or they declare bankruptcy. But then you get to reclaim something from that. It's not all like, there are silver linings within losses and within defeat. So take the time to like rest, basically, until you get agitated and have to get up again. Current energy, patience and planning. So there's something funny again with like the whole, if you haven't watched me before, I talk in a lot of metaphors and analogies, and I've been tracking this like impending piñata feeling, right? In the collective, it's like piñata full of blessings, but it has this ominous, energetic, impending quality to it. And it doesn't inspire like a steady, calm action. If anything, I feel like it's creating anxiety, like a latent form of like unacknowledged anxiety within the collective. And so that doesn't really engender a patient, calm attitude. If anything, you end up feeling like I have been feeling today. Let's clarify release the Strength card. Memories of love, 6 of Cups. All right, let's tie this all together, please. So the hidden energy, conflict and defeat, we're embracing the crown chakra, and we're releasing the Strength card and memories of love. Cut the deck to clarify memories of love, 6 of Cups with the Strength card. Positive forward movement. All right. All right, it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make sense. So now we have 8, 6, 8. There's something that needs to be moved on from. If we think about the Strength card, perhaps there's something being tolerated that we shouldn't need to tolerate, something that we've been tolerating that we're moving away from. Maybe I won't post this because I can't even feel like I can properly channel right now. Let me get my normal cards out and just do a quick little something. What am I at? 9 minutes? That's nothing. Of course I say that, and then it's like 54. Okay. Could you not? That was so cool of you. Thanks, yeah. I know I'm in a bad mood if I'm even mean to my pets. Well, she just puked on the carpet and ran away, so. Oh, man. And I was stuck behind a, rest in peace, and I'm very sorry for your loss, but like a funerary brigade or something in my car. I don't got time for that. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So let's see what we're working with here. I'm interested in this as our focus. Okay. Because we don't typically have the strength and the release position. Okay. So I cut the deck. We're going to clarify right down the line. Just get 3 more cards. Okay. So this is the release position. Clarifying the strength card. This is the 4 of Swords again. We already had that. Okay. With the rest and rejuvenate, did I put it back? Yeah, there it is again. Okay, so that really is a theme, but it's clarifying the release position with strength. It has to do with leaning into it because it was the current energy and the advice. So instead of handling things, right, because the energy to embrace is, the current energy, patience and planning. This guy. Patience and planning, current energy. A lot of the planning that we might be finding fruitful right now is planning that is done just in that 5D space, right? Without taking any action. There's a lot that can be accomplished when we take our intention and put it out a few days, put it out a few weeks, put it out a couple hours. Start to walk your mind through how certain things can unfold for you. And I mean, typically when things haven't happened yet, we've tried to foresee complications and issues. We don't tend to just let our brains unravel how well something could go or all the various ways that something could go well. But that might be beneficial right now because we're resting, we're rejuvenating. Also, don't take me to mean that you have to be patiently planning while you're resting. That's not really rest. One of the biggest issues with rest culture today is that a lot of people don't actually rest because they never put their phone down or they never, turn the TV off. That's not rest. You're not at rest when you're still being stimulated by a screen. Wow. 6 of Cups is clarifying the memories of love card, which is the 6 of Cups. So there's definitely past life soulmate energy, nostalgia. The world is clarifying positive movement forward. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to just take this into a pretty literal interpretation without thinking about the Empress taming the ego of the Emperor or any of that. I'm just going to say that the Strength card, because it's interpreted as power, right, in this deck, 8 is a very powerful number. The message for me is like, you don't have to be so strong. You don't have to pretend, right? With chameleon spirit, it's act as if. But I saw a meme the other day and it's like, if you fake it so you make it, when you make it, will you be fake? Good question. Sometimes you don't have to act like you're anything other than what you are. That's okay. But yeah, I mean, strong 6 of Cups energy, which is a lovely thing. We like 6 of Cups energy. It makes you feel at home. Cut the deck to clarify this message, because now I'm sort of seeing this as instead of acting like we have it all figured out for whatever reason, we're resting and rejuvenating, healing. And there's something about memories of love and either, children or people from childhood or people that make us feel like we're kids again. And the World card over positive movement forward. Cut the deck, get a clarifier. So 7 of Wands. This is what we've been working on. There's something, what's underneath? Knight of Wands. 7 of Wands, Knight of Wands. Okay. The message is that things are changing a lot more quickly than we think than we think they are. So it would be a really good thing to kind of take the rest while we can get it. And now I just want to, what's the Six of Wands about? I'm sorry, the Six of Cups and the memories of love. The world. Yeah, sometimes when we close a big cycle, it feels like it takes a while for anything to begin again, right? Or like closing things out, needing to fill the void. The thing about it is that you're already well into another cycle by the time that you realize that you are, you know? Sometimes one thing ends. The fact of the matter is that you're already in a new cycle immediately when one thing ends or closes out. Sometimes we think that we're in those liminal spaces, but really the new cycle has begun. So I'm sort of feeling like positive movement forward right now comes from embracing a period of rest that's categorized by patience and planning. Patience and planning. Patience, planning, rest. There's plenty of power within that without being more authoritative. Like perhaps it doesn't feel as comfortable to be less authoritative in periods of patience. But I want to clarify. 3 cards came out. I'm going to just put them over there. Clarify Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, let's see what they are. Page of Pentacles, Emperor. Oh my goodness. Look. Empress and High Priestess. Page of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Empress and High Priestess. With the Six of Cups. So I'm being brought back to Ant Spirit. It said, time to collaborate. And it was number 1, okay? One of the reasons why I'm brought back to that is because 1, 2, 3, High Priestess is 2, Empress is 3. Time to collaborate. I know that 3 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles, those cards did not come out, but I saw both of those in my mind's eye when I saw these cards. So I'm feeling like there's something really beautiful on the horizon that has to do with the fulfillment of like love wishes, but at the same time it's putting ourselves into a better place in life to collaborate for pentacle based things. Okay, it's not isolated to like romantic connections or like the things that happen in romantic connections with like, you know, people moving in together, or what else happens when people get together? I can't remember. There's a lot of ways in which we can collaborate in different kinds of partnerships in our lives. So something about the Empress energy with Six of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and then Memories of Love, it's like full scope of collaboration. I'm seeing somebody sitting in a swivel chair and one of those round desks, like Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec, where you can go around and around. It's like we're able, at that central point within our lives, to more easily touch everything that we want to be able to access, right? Without taking ourselves out of the central place. So that's a good thing. Being able to collaborate, like in a healthy way with a partner, collaborate with our friends. And when I say that, I mean collaboration, you can use that word to explain a bunch of different stuff. It's not like your love partner has to be your business partner. That's not what I'm saying. I just mean a lot of the cycles that we've been closing out have to do with reflections on more karmic ways of relating to people or relationships that we found ourselves in for the purpose of learning instead of, you know, the purpose of fulfillment. Clarify this like panoramic access thing that I'm picking up on, please. The Chariot. Yeah, it's like a new way of being that's going to help us move more quickly through life. And again, with this being a 7, we had the patience and the planning, 7. We had the crown chakra, 7, and we have our third 7. So I'm gonna leave this at that because I know that I'm like not in my normal mood to do my messages, and there's already cards everywhere, and I don't like the way it feels. So I need to go. I need to go. I need to go do my walks. I need to sit with my crystals, take some deep breaths, and get my personal energies in a row. Because if you've been a little bit on edge in any sort of way, then I would recommend the same to you. Like, take some time out. Know that if you feel tired or you're moved to rest, that it's okay to do that. Because there's definitely some stuff changing here in the somewhat near future. And it has to do with positive connections. It's interesting because there's a little bit of a dichotomy around like claim your independence and then time to collaborate. But that's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing about positively linked collaborations. Like I'm quite lucky at this point in my life. I've been very intentional about maintaining female friendships with like young women who are not jealous energies, right? If there's insecure people in my sphere, I don't want to have, any of my friends who are girls, my girlfriends, they're secure within themselves. They're happy. They're fabulous in their own ways. I'm not jealous of them. They're not jealous of me. And that's good, right? Because I don't want to have insecure people who are unhappy with themselves in my circle. And when you're an independent person, but you can collaborate well with others, then you're really powerful. And I think that a lot of people tend to use collaboration in a codependent way. It's like, first, it's like artistry. You have to learn the rules in order to break them. You have to learn the rules. I'm seeing Pablo Picasso's scope of work from like highly rendered, technical, accurate portraits to the, squiggles he was doing at the end there. That's how it is, right? Perfectly independent. A lot of people, most people in the world, never understand how to be independent, actually, like in a healthy way where their mental health is good and their stability is good. In fact, I don't think I figured that out when I was younger. I think that's why I was always in codependent situations, right? So something beautiful about, and cut the deck to clarify from each. Okay, we'll take this card. Something about collaboration and, oh my. Okay. All right, well, there's the Devil card, Temptation, and the Five of Cups card. Yeah. Be very, very cautious around the types of partnerships you forge at this time. Make sure that the decisions that you make are not impulsive to try to, like ointment on the wound type of thing. You could dig yourself into a deeper hole in a direction that you didn't even want to go in the first place, by indulging yourself too much right now. And that could go for like anything devil energy has ever represented. If anybody out there does have a problem with moderation or, I don't know. Sometimes I just think about like, what's it going to be like say, like smoking or drinking or vices, right? What's it going to be like after I've had this one? Just one more, right? One more cigarette, one more drink. What's it going to be like after? I'll probably feel exactly like I do right now. So I just skip to that part in my head, pretend I've already consumed it, and skip it. But going back to this partnership message, one more to clarify from the top. So the Two of Cups came out. Vices is one thing with the devil energy, but it's almost like, be careful of entertaining the wrong people in your space right now. It's going to lead to disappointment, and there's much more balanced energy coming in for you. And part of that is sometimes being comfortable and happy being alone for just a little bit. A lot of people can't handle that. They don't like it, right? They get lonely. Loneliness is a very real emotion and a state of being. I'm not saying that it's not. But to pick people to be in your life I mean, there's so much to be said about this, right? I mean, sometimes we don't discover who we are if we're only around people who we, can't be like our best selves around. Or, I mean, I think about the way that people spend their time when they're around people versus when they're alone. A lot of people don't even know what to do with themselves when they're all by themselves. They don't have anything to do. And there's a lot of strength in being able to be alone, and find stuff to do, right? Or create something. Mobilize and I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles again. Bring the energy that's inside of you into the world somehow. A lot of us at this point are just strapped up to like a machine of a job or something, and all of our energy goes into sustaining that, and then like socializing or like getting the free time, right? Live for the weekend. And then every now and then people go on vacation and post about it on the internet, and then they're working again. And it's just not very fulfilling. I don't want to talk, I don't want to go off on, I will, yeah, I'm going to talk about everything that I have to talk about at a different time. But there is a cautionary message here, okay? And I mean, there's beautiful energy to be had in the stuff that's changing for us right now and what's coming in. But leave a space open for your heart's desires, Like something might come into your life and you'll be like, oh, I manifested it. Here it is. I accept. But if it's not what do they say? If it's not a hell yeah, it's a hell no. You should have that level of standard within yourself. Right? Have a high standard for what it is that you're going to accept with the stuff that you make space for in your life right now, because the types of things that we become engaged with in our lives right now have the potential to affect us for a long time. And then just clarifying that. Yeah, and we don't want to be suffering in silence, okay, based off of the decisions that we made at a time of discomfort. At a time of discomfort, or also the other message, I know I keep piling on here, but I'm going to wrap up in just a sec. If we have a hard time being patient and kind of like sifting through the quicksand right now, around, it's like a patience, but it's also perseverance with that Seven of Wands. We could be compelled to try to fill the void in a devil energy way, right? Not in a magician manifesting way, like creating something out of divinely led thought or energy and bringing it in, manifesting, just filling the void based off of indulgence. And I'm not saying, I've said this before, but I'm not saying you have to be like perfect straight edge, never indulge in anything ever, because we're human. But it's just a cautious time to do that. A time to take caution in doing that. Yeah. Partnerships and alliances. So, all right. I probably should have just stayed off the internet in general today, but I hope that there was some message in there that has helped somebody, and I'm sending out good vibes. I'm still capable of doing that even when I get all worked up in my own stuff. Still sending out the good vibes. In fact, when you don't feel good, thinking about sending out good vibes can help to clear and recenter you, to do it for others. I'm just gonna say a little prayer, and I also said a prayer before I began the reading, even though it didn't really seem like I did. I always do. So if you would like to claim this, you can do so. Just say, I claim it when I'm done saying it. Dear universe, I release any and all energy that does not belong to me to the universe, for the universe, to make it whole. I release all energy that does not belong to me and call back all my personal power. Please seal my energy and my aura. Please prevent anybody who is attached to me from leeching off my energy without my consent. I am protected. Amen. All right. I'll be back on in the next few days. I'm going to go outside and have just a great evening out there. Okay, bye.